Hi guys, so if you went in for this lesson you missed the lesson on money management. So what this lesson is all about is how much money influences relationships. So that's what we're going through today. So your first paragraph looks at the two ways in which the family structures money. Now there's two ways, and this is on slide number 4, so if you can get these both down. It's the allowance system, and this is where the man earns the income and gives the woman an allowance each month, a small amount of the money each month, or pooling, which is where you both have equal access to an account you pay into. Right, now what we have to look at is the problems with the allowance system. Now the first problem with the allowance system, what we can see on slide number 5, it's a picture of a woman who's become homeless. So basically the reason this woman became homeless is because she was in an abusive relationship. And the man controlled all of the money, so he would only give her access to a limited range of money. So she essentially had a choice: stay in the abusive relationship or leave and become homeless. Because she was married to the man, she's not allowed to claim welfare on her own until she gets divorced. So this pushes her to be homeless, and it's actually the biggest cause of homelessness. So if I could get you to explain that in your own words. Okay. Now on slide 6, we've got two other problems with the allowance system. Now the first one, you can see a statistic there that women, stay-at-home mums, work about 95 hours a week. So what that suggests is that the amount from an allowance system that a woman gets paid doesn't reflect the amount of hours she puts in to the home, so it's not fair. So I could get you to explain that one, and then if I could get you to read the article and identify any other problems the allowance systems causes for women. So that's everything on that slide. Okay. Then for slide number 11, we wanted to add an evaluation point. Now the problem with this theory is it assumes there's only two ways of splitting money, when in fact it's more complicated than that. There's lots of ways of splitting money. So another example way someone might split money is you both have your own accounts, but you have a joint account for paying like bills and things like that. So if I could get you in your own words to write that as an evaluation point. Okay, the second paragraph is the role of money on decision making. Okay, now before you draw this table, what you need to write down is that it is argued that the majority of families, their father is the breadwinner, and this influences what decisions get made in a home. So if you can note that down, then draw this table. In each column, can you first of all write the women's choices are low impact, low cost things, like what brand of washing up liquid to use. Man's choice is high cost, long impact. So things like paying into a pension, or things like moving for a job, things that are going to have a high impact for a long time, but also often high cost. Joint decisions are things that are high cost but low impact. So things like saving for a holiday tends to be a joint decision, which is high cost but isn't going to have a long-term effect on the family. After doing that, if I could get you to turn to slide 10 and the 6 statements, if I could get you to put them in what you think is the correct boxes. It's not quite equal, because what this is supposed to demonstrate is that men make the majority of the decisions. If you're not sure about any of that, let me know. On slide number 9, there's one question, which why decisions made like this, and it's simply because it is justified according to men think it's justified because they're bringing more money into the home, that they get to have more of an impact on the decisions being made. Okay. Now, taking this paragraph further, feminists think it's not just simply because men earn the majority of money, it's because we've been socialised to accept that men should make the majority of decisions. So on this slide, if I get you to make these statements, and there's just 3 examples of how patriarchal society socialises us to believe that men should make the decisions. First of all, in education and religion, the majority of authority figures are male. So 75% of head teachers are male. In religion, there's lots of high-up positions where women can't enter, which teaches us, socialises us, that men should be in the position of power. Equally with children's toys, and children's media, men are often shown in position of power. So whilst a girl socialised to play with a baby and be caring and take care of it and be passive, a boy is taught to play with something like an action man, where he's got power and authority figure in making decisions. So if I could get you to draw that mind map and write about that with what I've just said. Okay, to evaluate this theory though, what we could say is that there is more being done in schools to encourage women to be independent and make decisions. And the example you can bring in is the This Girl Can campaign, which encourages girls to be independent through sport. Okay, paragraph number 3 then. And if you'll see the title for this is on slide number 14, and it's the meaning of money. Now, what you see is a questionnaire that a group of sociologists sent out to try and decipher what money means to people. What they found is that the agree and disagree for all of these questions was about 50-50, which shows there's no set way of thinking about money. So if I could get you just to describe the research method, which was to send out a questionnaire asking various questions about money, pick an example from this to use as an example, and then explain that there was no consensus on either agree or disagree, which shows the meaning of money changes. Okay, on slide number 15, Nyman said that this means that there's no set meaning for money, and what money means can be different for different people. So copy that down. And then on slide number 16, you've got 3 different couples' experiences. For each one, I'd just like you to explain what makes their experience of money unique and different, and means that the meaning of money changes. Okay, just to add to that, an evaluation point, normally with money changing, normally making decisions about money is a luxury for richer families. Poorer families, money has kind of a static meaning because they can only buy necessities, so they don't have much freedom to choose how to spend money. If you've got any problems with that, please let me know. Thank you, bye.